Is it doing it? Come on. Can't hear you. I ain't finished yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. So, it's 9 o'clock, or just gone 9 o'clock. Why have I got a green? It looks a bit bluish. But anyway, I'll take it. You can see me. I think I'll just go over to the comments. Still getting. Loads of people have been in already then. Jim, Ian, Des. Des is in. Well done. You want it in this morning, was you, eh? Caught you out there. Del Boy, Simon, Lego Man, loads of other people. Kev. Haven't seen Yogi yet. Anyway, 9 o'clock. Hopefully another hour of questions. So if you've got any questions, I will try and answer them in there. But I've got some questions in there. Just a reminder, I put this up every now and again because a lot of you that watch me are not even subscribed to me. Come on. All you got to do is press that thing. It didn't cost you nothing. And also, so you've got it all printed up now. Don't forget the thumbs up. Anyway, tonight I've got 65 in there, guys. 65, well, not winners. Obviously, 65 have got a chance of winning because it's in there. They're free sticker. So tonight I'll be picking the free sticker from last week. The ones I've done today, this morning, they'll be on next Sunday's show. But tonight, up for grabs. It's the big one. Emma's got a question. I'll get around that in a minute. So in there, I'll do that later on. I don't want to do it straight because if I do it now, that would be it. Everybody turn off after I've done it, and then I'll be sat here talking to myself. No, I'm sure it won't be. So I'm just getting myself comfortable in the chair. So let's have a quick look to see if there's anything else. So we got there's no good saying free sticker Sunday now because that's finished now until next Sunday, and you only get the free sticker, guys, if you say it in the live chat, not in the comments below the video, or stick it on there because it ain't gonna happen. You only do it on the so next Sunday morning sometime. I'm gonna go live for 5 minutes, and you've got to say it in that, not later on. How many times I've got to tell you? But I know obviously a lot of people come on and don't know about it. So let's have a quick look what we got. Just going through it at the moment. Well, this scroll thing's not as easy as it used to be. So hello from Ballydorm. Hey, top pictures up the road, a couple hours away from here. I'll tell you what, the weather's been pants. I think I think it was Brit something. He's just arrived at Condado. God, you picked the wrong time to come here. Today was supposed to be sunny, and it wasn't that sunny, was it? Yesterday we had all rain and through the night. And looking at next week, I mean, okay, so the temperatures are looking good, but the sunny stuff is not so good at the moment. But hey ho, it can always change there. That's what I like about it. Like you said, in the UK, got a bit of wind and rain. I hear. Right, so Emma's got a question. Is there a bank account you can open in Spain without incurring bank charges? Sick of paying Emma and Bob. Good question, that Emma and Bob. I pay bank charges every quarter. I'm with CASA. Now, obviously, some of the banks, I know CASA do it, but you have to be honest with them that they keep changing the goalposts. Apparently, if you take out some sort of insurance through them, I'm all about car insurance or house insurance, they're supposed to give you free banking. And I think another one is if you pay your state pension directly into that's another option. Obviously, a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, so you're with CASA anyway." A lot of other people say, "Is it Revolve, something like that?" Sounds like some shotgun thing to me. It's an online internet thing. A lot of people will say that, but I don't like that, mainly because the only reason I have to pay the bank charges is because every now and again something happens. Like our doggy was really ill the other day, and we had to go down to the vets, and it was a lot of money. So we just borrowed a little bit of money out of the bank just to tie us over, so we don't get ourselves stuck with. Obviously, this time of year you get the lecky bill come in. We got some insurance to pay as well. And I'm not too sure if you take out one of these online things, it won't offer you those sort of things. It just I think you just pay money into it, don't you? But no doubt somebody's going to put something up there. Hopefully, Emma. I don't know any banks. I mean, the other reason why I like using the Casa Bank, it's on campus, so if I got a problem, I can just go to my branch. Now, what's interesting, when some people have bought property, even on campus, so their bank for some reason is down in the port, but they won't change it. They won't pass it from that Casa Bank to here. I don't understand that. I mean, I've still got a UK bank account that I use, and I can go into any branch and have no problem. But here, they're a bit of a sticklers, aren't they? Banks, I will say it, I've been here. This is my ninth year. I still don't trust them. I only keep enough money in my bank account just to pay out the bills. That's it. I keep all my money under the floorboards. Okay, well, it's just something that come up on the screen now. You probably didn't see it, thankfully. Um, Dorset man there, well done. Good old Dorset, eh? From Carol and Malcolm, Sheffield. Uh, Rob's asking, is it easy to call out recovery services if you get a puncture? Oh, very, very witty that one, Rob. I don't know. I tell you what. The only problem is when you do get like a puncture, I suppose, or especially if you break down the road, you can call out the Garda, I think it's called. So recover all car insurances here in Spain come automatically with a breakdown system. But the only problem is if you break down like where I broke down the other week on the Campo, and the track leading to it wasn't. It was an old railway track. Anyway, I'd driven down there. They wouldn't have come out anyway. So yeah, Rob. Lesson learned. Well, not a lesson learned because I'm still going to go down those tracks. Anyway, thankfully, there's another service. It's called the Richard service. I'll give him a call. I said, Richard, help me to keep him get a tire off the car. But hey, that's the thing about what I love about living on a community, or people would call expat area. You've got lots of friends there would come out to. Unfortunately, Rob couldn't have come out to me anyway, Rob, because you was going to pick up your missus. But anyway, I'm getting the spare. I'm getting 2 new tyres tomorrow. So anyway, hopefully, Emma, that's answered your question about the bank. I mean, hopefully other people will put something down here as well. Yes, Kev. Yeah, Wise. I keep forgetting about that one. Wise account, direct debits, general living. Um, yeah, yeah, no charges. I think, yeah, I've got it all down now. I'm with Linear Direct. They're great when needed. Missed you a bit early, no problem. But you're not getting a free. Oh, mind you, thinking about it, Des, you are in the lucky hat tonight. So good luck with that. Right, so we've got no more questions on here. So luckily, I've got more questions on here, which I didn't get round to answering anyway. Hang on, I've just got a message on my messenger here, just in case somebody's. Okay, that's from another Sean. Popular name, that, you know. Okay, so last week last week it was Peter, and now I'm on with. I think this is the guy that's on Condado this week because anyway, it's Brit Mod Scott. So I take it his name's Scott. Scott, if you're watching, you're a top man. Anyway, Scott's asking anything worth doing between the 21st and the 28th of February, entertainment wise. I'm over here again. I'll be over again for my birthday week. Okay, so good question. That I've got a feeling you're from the Condado, and I think tonight there's some music going on tonight in the main square. I think they call it Kaiser something on it. The main square in the Condado. There's always music going on. One of the I think a couple of the bars are doing it. Yeah, and if not, this afternoon, obviously a bit late now, but this afternoon outside Cats, there was a bit of singing going on. I think there was two people, a man and a woman, singing some stuff. I can't remember what it was about, but it sounded all right. It was pretty good. And I know, obviously, over on Sector B on Campus Soul, I don't think there's any music on now because it's Sunday night, isn't it? But sometimes I know some of the bars they got two Irish bars now, and they do. I think they call it a jamming night. And I know if you just hang around there, somebody will tell you. And I think also you said you were there to the 28th. I think in Mazarron town, they've got some sort of carnival thing. And I presume that's going to happen this week, you know, where they parade down the high street. Now, if you're on one of the Facebook groups, I haven't noticed on my Facebook group yet anything about this when the carnival starts, but I've got a feeling it is this week. There'll be something going on. So keep your eyes peeled and ask anybody else in the area what's on entertainment wise. Has that been useful? Right, I did see. Oh yeah, Kev was asking, is Jan back now? Jan's still back in the UK looking after a sick doggy for a couple more weeks. So I'm here all by myself, beans on toast for the next couple of weeks. So you might see me next week looking a bit shriveled. Oh, Des said, Yogi, no, you ain't getting it. Have I missed you the coffee last week? I have missed you the coffee last. John, you're top man. So what else we got? Have you been filmed singing karaoke, Sean? No, ain't never gonna happen. I'm not a bar person, so you're never gonna get me. I think I have done some music things over the years on some of the bars, but I'm not a great lover going in. But the main problem is it's just too noisy. Trying to record background noise and music is just difficult. And the main problem is most of the singers always using copyrighted material. It's no benefit to me if I'm using copyrighted material. Right, Kev is saying it starts on the 28th. Oh, so that's no good because they're going back on the 28th. So it's the 28th. I know it's going on because they've all put all the seating up down the main high street in Mazarron town. Oh, the 28th. So it's obviously going into March. So what day is it? Looking at the school board. So we're coming in 23rd, isn't it? 20. See, I know it's Sunday, but I just never no idea what the actual date is. So good. So I think we've no more going on there, other than Kev's giving me the info that carnival doesn't start until the day you go back. And that obviously it's going to be in the evening, so you're going to miss it total. But there's always next time, as they say. Right, so going back to the questions now. Yogi, I did see Yogi on here. So anyway, Yogi was he's given me 3 questions to ask. As always, he always gives me a load of questions, and I must get on with some of them. Right. So Yogi's first one: what are the top 3 things you advise a newcomer to Spain when visiting for the first time? Well, obviously the main one is the weather, isn't it? But you can't always rely on the weather. Unfortunately, this past couple of days has been really pants, and looking at next week ain't looking much better. Get outside and enjoy the scenery. That's what I say, really. That's the idea of coming to Spain, getting outside, even when it's not so brilliant. It's just going down to the beach is always a nice response, isn't it? Visit the culture of Spain. And there's always some big event going on. I mean, this time of year, it doesn't really kick off really until about Easter time. And after Easter, there's loads of things going on around Spain, especially in our area. I'm not on about actual Mazarron town. I'm on about further out, Caravaca del Cruz, some of the smaller towns. I'm talking about Toltana. They always have some sort of event going on, bit of dancing in the streets and dressing up and stuff. And oh yeah, obviously Cartagena is an amazing place, especially in September. If you can come over in September time on your holidays, I think it's like the second week of September. They have a massive. They call it the Cartagenians against the Romans and that. Oh, it's the biggest. I think it's the biggest sort of reenactment going, and they're chucking arrows and catapults and all dressed up in their gear, marching down the streets. They do a big battle. There's no, it's worth seeing. And obviously the other one, as I mentioned, Caravaca with the horses. All the horses are all dressed up and they run. And I mean, all right, some people might say it's a little bit cruel, but it's not really, because the guys are with the horses all the time. And usually it's more to do with the guys keeping up with the horses. As the horses gallop up the streets, the guys got to be with them. It's an amazing event. It's what I love about the Spanish is it's a family event. Everybody's out there, old people, young people, they're all doing it. I mean, I love it. And obviously, the last one is obviously the food. Um, the other day, I was asked by my mate Miguel they had the film company out and they wanted some extras. And it was a bit off cuff, really, because he called me in the evening and he said, "Can I come in the morning at 10 o'clock for the breakfast?" And I thought, he left it a bit late. I couldn't get everybody was doing stuff, either working or they were doing other things. So I had to come by myself. I was the only English person there, but hey, the Spanish they made me feel so welcome. I sat there and I had to have paella. I'll be honest, I did really enjoy it. A full plate of paella. It was rabbit and sausage with the rice, and then we had before that we had like cheeses and peanuts and things like that, and finished off with, which was the best bit for me. He had 4 big creamed chocolate, not just chocolate, but lovely cakes. I scoffed half of them, didn't give them a chance. I straight in there. Um, yeah, yeah. Tapas is another one. I mean, you can get some really cheap meals. A glass of beer and a couple of tapas is what I like to call little sandwiches for a couple of euros. Um, yeah, and then he's asked me next if I've got any more questions. I haven't. Other than Colin saying it's a bit windy where he lives and a bit wet, name 3 favourite places that I've visited. On the next page, he says. Okay, so here's a couple of places that I've enjoyed visiting. I'm not on about where I live in my own area. I'm on about down Malaga way. Malaga, guys, it's a lovely city. So much to see. Picasso was from there. Got a great Picasso museum. I'll tell you what, down at the docks, really posh down there. They look like ships, but just obviously the rich people got these big yachts. Obviously Gibraltar. I know Gibraltar's not Spain, but I think if you live in Spain, you've got to visit Gibraltar. It's a bit like going back into sort of London because the coppers are dressed up as that PC plod, telephone boxes, all that sort of thing. Bit gimmick, but I tell you, they've got a lot of interesting museums there, obviously to do with historic stuff, especially inside the mountain as well. What else have I put down there? I've only put 2 places, and he's asked me for 3. I'll tell you another place and Yogi, if he's watching me, Ronda, which is not too far away from Malaga. Another amazing, a real Spanishy town. It's got a big bull ring. They don't do bullfighting there anymore now, but it's like a open museum. And it just gives you that atmosphere, what it would have been like in the olden days. A lovely town as well. And you've got the lovely bridge that goes over, it joins the 2 parts of the town together. So I've done my 3 bits there, haven't I? Now, did I see any more questions there? Other than Rob says that the food's cheap. And it is true. And Rob was saying when Paula was back in the UK, it cost her £18 just for a jacket potato with tuna. Over here, you probably paid about €6, if that, for a nice big potato filled up with cheese and tuna. Yeah. So getting back to the Mazarron Carnival, Kevin's just said on the 2nd of March is the main parade, which is, so that's coming next Sunday. So I might venture. I've never been to a Mazarron Carnival because I think it's a bit early this time of year. It gets a little bit cold in the evenings, but I might venture down there. Right, I got just me. Greetings from Belgium in 3 weeks' time. Well done. Going to UGR. I think I know that. Yep, the United Golf Resort. Yep. We will be ending our car to the resort. Okay. John said he went to the Guns last week. Was an amazing place. It is, isn't it? And the best bit about it, I mean, it's probably not to you, John, but for me, is they tarmac some of it because that road, the last part was pants, but now with it being tarmac, and I believe they're going to tarmac the whole section. Brian's back, Bayron. I'm on about you're back on the 12th of March. Well, I mean, hopefully the weather then is going to be a lot better than it is at the moment. Question: what do the 2 ships represent in the Mazarron, Alan? You asked me that, didn't you, Alan? Funny enough, I got it written down here, Alan. And you asked me out on the 6th. So I've got it all written down, but I forgot to put because what I do, I always make a note. But what I can say is the 2 ships that you see. When I first come into Mazarron, I saw these 2 ships, sculptures, full-size sculptures. I thought they were Vikings. I thought, the Vikings come here, but apparently not. The Vikings didn't come here. It's the Phoenicians. What? Some Greece thing, isn't it? The Phoenicians. Now, apparently, from what I can remember, when the Phoenicians come here, because it's all to do with the Mediterranean, isn't it? And they were sort of the main settlement that settled here in Mazarron. And they apparently did a bit of mining up at the mines, obviously, Mazarron mines, that area. And out in the port, when they built the new part of the port now. They unearthed these two shipwrecks, which were these two Phoenician boats. Now, one of them was completely like a raft. It's nothing left of it really, and I think that one's actually they've done a replica. If you go to Cartagena, they got two boat museums, historic boat museums, and they got like a full size replica, and it just looks like a raft to me, but obviously because it's rotted away. But what they're trying to do with the other one, they've actually put it in a cage, and I think they've been trying to preserve it, a bit like Prince Charles when he's raising up that boat, King Henry's boat. But it's nothing like that. It's just looks like a pile of wood to me. But anyway, obviously because we're going back centuries, they're going to put a museum. They haven't said where they're going to put this museum yet, but in the port, no doubt. So those two boats that you see are the Phoenician boats, and they've also Mazarron Council. If you notice on my logo, I've got those two boats on my logo. So that's what they mean. Not Viking boats like I thought they were. They do look like Viking boats, I must say. I didn't think the Phoenicians, But anyway, so there you are. See, I haven't got. Now I have to cross that one off now, Alan. You couldn't wait, could you? That's what it was. Right, so let's have a look now. What have we got to? Okay, I think I've just seen one there. So I answered Alan's question. I think, it's nearly past. I think it's time to do the picking who's won the free sticker Sunday sticker. So in here, believe it or not, is 65 of you. So what I'm going to do, because I've even got, you can hear it. Well, that's quick. So I've got one. And the name is that name. God, it's got. Oh no, it's not them. And they're not even here now. So our turn now. Mick and Kath. Well done. Problem is, I saw them about a month ago. Was it about a month ago? And they were passing through because they were going, because obviously they're returning back to the UK in their motorhome, as I'm being told now. They're not camper vans, they're motorhomes. So Mick and Kath, you won today's free sticker Sunday sticker. The only thing is, how am I going to send it to? Because I know you're travelling back I think you said you was going back to France. Now, do you want, if you're watching as well, Mick and Kath, do you want me to hang on to this, or do you want me to post it somewhere? Anyway, Mick and Kath, top people. These are the Yorkshire people. Make amazing tea. So that amazing. Wow. I think wish you're still here, guys, but you're not. I know you said you are returning. But anyway, Mick and Kath, well done. Tough you lot. Anyway, you well done, guys. Most appreciate it. Better luck next week or the week after or whenever. But anyway, well done. I'll just go back to the comments now because I've obviously had to put on the music there. Right, where was I? Okay, I did the question about the boats. I did see another one there. Is it difficult? Oh yeah. So just me is saying, is it difficult to change our car from Belgian plates to Spanish plates? Oh, I wouldn't have thought so, because obviously you got a European car. I would imagine if you went, obviously if you're living in this part of the world, there's a place down in Mazarron town. I can't think of them. I'm on about the British place. Somebody's going to say who it is in a minute. But I know if you went in there and asked them how to, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I mean, because the obviously I've been changing the plates, isn't it? If obviously if it was outside the EU, then it becomes a bit more of a tax issue, doesn't it? But I know if it's something like that, I'm just trying to think of the garage now down in Mazarron town. I can't think of it. I've got to go to the garage tomorrow, but I've got to get tyres. But I no doubt Kev will say who it is. But yeah, I wouldn't. It wouldn't. I would imagine you could probably do it in the day. To be honest, you know, if you popped in the morning, I just can't think of that thing. Hopefully, it'll come to me later on. Just me, right? So Thomas is saying he's coming out on the 3rd of March, fitting new security stuff and getting the car serviced. Yes, that's that time of year, isn't it, eh? My wife's got to get her car serviced and ITV'd in April. Yeah, more money in it. Recommend to be smaller than. Yeah, apparently is saying that next weekend also is the start of the Agilis Carnival, which I think is a lot better, but I've never been to that one. But I know with the Agilis one, you do need to sort of book a seat, whereas I think with Mazarron Town one, you can probably just push your way into the street. But I know the Agilis one, it's a really popular one. Yeah. Okay. Where is the Mazarron? So Mark is asking, where in Mazarron is the Carnival Parade? So if you know Mazarron, because if you don't, I've got no chance of explaining. But as you drive down the main street in Mazarron, you will come to what I call the middle part of Mazarron town itself. The main street, so if you're heading down towards the port, you will see on your right hand side the big garage. I think it's BP garage now. Yeah, I'm sure it's BP garage. Or it's not. If it's not the BP, it's that other one, Repsol, isn't it? But I think it's BP now. They keep changing the names or something. They must have some deal going, those two companies. Well, and you can't miss it because you will see all the seatings there already, two sides of the road, and obviously eventually at the weekend they'll close off that road. So you know what Mazarron town's like for parking. So one, you probably need to get there early, or you got to do a bit of walking. So that's where it is in the main centre of the town. The police will block off the road anyway. They'll probably block off the road thinking about probably on Saturday. Right. So there you are. See, Kev's already said what it is. So right down at the bottom, one side's the police station and the other side's the old Mazarron Museum, if you didn't know. It's the carnival. Oh, yeah, there'd be a marquee as well. Yeah, thinking about it. Um, it's in the town, not in the port. Yep, that's correct. So, well, yeah, see, Phoenicians are from Lebanon, Egypt way, innit? Lebanon. See, you know why my pronunciation is just the pants, right? No, you didn't win, Yogi, but never fear because Yogi's going to be here in a couple of weeks' time, and he might be thinking about it. Let's have a quick look on the old scoreboard because I've got it all written down, Yogi. So you should be here on one of the evenings, not one of the evening, but Sunday evening. Yeah, you will be, Yogi. You're a top man. You can do all the hard stuff like sorting out the magic hat and the questions that I've got here. No, you can't buy it, John. That'd be no point, would there, John? I mean, no point. Well, yeah, you could buy it, I suppose. How much would you want to offer for one of these? Right, Yibis. Tonight in Torrevieja. Oh, so there you are. See, missed it in Torrevieja. There's a parade. Much rather inside watching Sean. on TV, been watching Men Parading. Yogi. Yeah, top man. I've just seen it. More Kit Kats for me, mate. 'Cause I need it now because now I'm looking after myself. I'm not eating properly. What I told Jan anyway. Right, so anyway, how we doing? Deck lids. Right, going back to the re-registering your number plate from, I think it was Belgium, wasn't it? Deck lids. Just put in deck lids in Mazarron and it'll come up. They're ever so helpful in there. And I'm sure they'll get you sorted straight away. Well done, Kev. I knew you'd be on it. What's happening on the motorway tolls, Sean? I thought the Spanish government was going to get rid of them. I think Spain's been told off by the EU. They have. Funny enough, the tolls on the. I think the main. That's it. Let's get this right. So the main route from Barcelona down to, I think, Alicante, that's still free, and that was the biggest hacker, really. I think it was like €50 or something, and that's still free. And they've actually removed it. But all the other tolls, and there's quite a few in the area, they have increased it by 50 cents. But one of the biggest kicks is going to be, I think it's going to start next week or something. They're putting the price of diesel up, so it's going to be in line with everybody else. So diesel is going to be more expensive than petrol, because the best thing here in Spain, that diesel was always cheaper. And I know a couple of years ago, the lorry drivers went on massive strike, clogged up all the towns in Spain. Said, okay, we don't upset our people. So they just kept it. EU's told them if they don't comply with the rules, they won't get their funding. And obviously, Spain's big on funding here, so they're going to comply with it. So no, the toll roads will still be going on. Now, thankfully, one thing Spain did say no to, because the EU wanted to toll all major roads, and Spain sort of virtually gave them the two fingers and said, we ain't doing that. But I know they're not getting rid of all the toll roads. And obviously, the next thing that's started already is this emissions thing in all the big cities. It's a bit bizarre in Cartagena. They've already put up the emissions thing. So Jan's old banger car, she's not watching this, I can say that. So I can say it's an old bank, 20 years old. It won't be allowed in any of those sort of places. But Cartagena has said they will put up the signs, but they're not going to do anybody, because as far as they're concerned, they've got enough walking streets anyway, so they're not going to comply with it. So I mean, that's I think it's getting a bit out of hand now, all this emission stuff. I don't want to go into all that, because we on our car, because we got our son up in Lyon, in France. We have to have a French emissions thing. Our car window is going to be full of these ruddy stickers soon, of places where we got to have a sticker. And what does it do, honestly? Because we still drive the car. It hasn't stopped us driving the car. Anyway, no doubt, it's a purpose in it, I suppose. Right, let's see what we got to now. What happened to the oh yes, we've done that one. Coffee's on its way, Sean. Hey, top man, Des, I've always said you're a top man. Yeah, I know. I don't know how I survive. Right, that clock behind my head is 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes wrong. So don't go by that clock up there, guys. ITV, do you need to swap channels, Sean? No, I don't need ITV. No. What are you on about, Yogi? You're confusing me there. I think I know what you're on about, but now the ITV is what we class in the UK as MOT. ITV there obviously is a name why it's called the ITV. So when I first saw the ITV, so I thought, that's interesting. Got ITV here, but it's It's the motor thingy place, isn't it, for checking your cars and your motorbikes. Rob's come up with it now. You're a bit late, Rob, but yeah, Declids, that's the one. Declids. Oh, why I can't remember that name, because he's quite a popular guy, that one. Even though I never take my car there. Not unless you're watching Declids. I could do no, I don't need a service on my car, but Jan needs a service on her car. Okay, Lebanon. You know what? I'm never going to get that name right. Lebanon. I never knew that about the Phoenician boats. Interesting. I always thought it was Greece myself. Okay, offer a coffee, mate. Next time, coffee, we'll talk about money. I have to change the. All right, so I can change car to a bike. Still need a car. I still think people ask me that a lot. Sean, we're getting on a bit now. Do we really need a? Yes, you need a car, guys. I mean, okay. End of the day, I mean, I know I'll be coming to my age limit in the next 10 years, and I suppose then we got to look at taxis. But yeah, if you do need a car, so our car from Belgium is due to be transported to in 3 weeks. We want to change it with Spanish number plates. What's the first thing to do? I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't know what to, other than what I would say. You need to go to the garage and ask them. I mean, all I can presume, obviously, you need your logbook. You probably need another thing. You're probably going to need here. And you're going to need a new padron, because the padron is, it seems to be every time you want to do anything like buying a car or buying something important, you need a padron. So yeah, you're probably going to need a padron, but I would say you just need to go down to the main garages and ask them what sort of stuff. And I would have thought personally, you could probably do it in the day, um, but as Yogi just said, you could speak to UPSTICKS. Where is it? There it is. UPSTICKS. Chuck that on the internet. UPSTICKS will come up. I mean, they do car exchanges, but it's mainly to do with UK cars more than European cars. But I would suppose it's the same. Yeah, age limit, Yogi. If you didn't know, I've got to go have I've got to renew my driving license this April. Unfortunately, I reached that ripe old age of 70. And I think after that, I think it's every 2 years after that. I mean, I think obviously you can still drive up to 100, but getting on to about that, we got a lease car. Now, my lease car, the age limit on that is 75. So something else to think about as you get older. But I know, obviously, the medical thing's pretty easy. Long I can still see. Can't see you now, but I can put these on. And I can still see all right. Yeah, and I think it's €40 still. Yeah, an age limit. Okay, Shandy Drinky, not getting it. Right, Kevin's saying, there you are, just me. Speak to Laura. Now, obviously, where you guys are going, you're going over to United Golf, which is about an hour's drive from here. But I would imagine where you're going to, guys, there's bound to be some sort of translator or a main garage. I don't know any garages in that way, but I would have thought, you ain't got to go far. Or you just go into Mercer City, and I imagine any of the big garages will be able to change number plates over quite easily. Des has chipped himself in there for business. And the thing is, it's in the UK, but hey, I could bring James Carver over, couldn't I? So anyway, how long are we doing? We got 15 minutes left. I think I got through Yogi's questions. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I just got the other one now. Oh, God. I forgot this one. This is another question from Yogi, and this is probably going to take me up to 10 o'clock anyway. Right, do you know any further news around the launch of the new entry requirements into Spain? EU, i.e., the ETIAS piece. So, funny enough, look, Yogi, luckily, I actually looked into that because this has been going on for frigging years. This thing. It's about another EU thing, and I think the UK are doing it as well now. And it's all to do with that. They want to. You still got to have a passport, but it's all to do with your eyeball thing in it and your handprint as you go in. But they want you to pay out more money. Right. So this anyway, Logan. What I found out yet, still no dates. Still no dates yet. They did say it was going to start end of last year. They then said it was going to start at the beginning of this year. And at the moment, they're on about it's going to, what I've written down here, mid to, yeah, it's not going to happen again. Anyway, it's expected that the ETIAS will only be implicated in mid 2025. It's expected that the ETIAS will only be I just said that. I'm going to put that down twice. There is only one official website, apparently, and it's the. Okay. So you want to find out, Yogi, if you go on to the Europa, which, yeah, europa.eu-ETIAS, that's the official website. But as always, it's not going to say when they're going to implicate it, which is such a, they've been going on about this ruddy thing. And I know somebody's like, what's it all about, Sean? It's another visa, guys. You're going to need like a travel visa. Now, I think with Spain, it's going to last like a couple of years, and I think the UK one said that theirs going to last 5 years. Why it can't be all the same, God knows. The application form will be made available on that website once the system is launched, which is expected to be mid 2025, which is, not much help really, because they've been saying, like I just said, end of last year, the beginning of this year, and now they still can't give a date. And I did check the other day, still no date given. But I can assure you, as soon as they launch this thing, it's going to be all over YouTube and all over the news, no doubt. I think another thing is it's causing problems with hotels because they got to collect more information. I think some of the hotels have been told they've got to collect your bank details. Now, I don't know if that's ever going to happen because that's going through the Spanish government at the moment. And I know it's gone into the government, but they're not agreeing to that. They just think that's asking too much. And also, the hotels and talking about Airbnbs, they've got to collect all this information, and they're not going to get any extra money for that. And that's all going to take time. I mean, it's a good idea, but God, but it's another money spinner as far as I'm concerned. So where do we get to? Right, I'm just going back to Kev there. We're still on to do with the number plates, and that's the Gastrolo does the plates. Yeah, some of these translated people do these sort of things for you. If you know somebody, I want to imagine on that golf resort, there's probably, I think on the golf resort, thinking about it now, there is like a community centre, and I'm sure there'll be somebody there that will be able to help you out. How are you? Says Urban. Yeah, I'm fine. Far easier and cheaper to register in the EU. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because there's going to be no tax involved, other than that there will be a price, obviously. No, they can't take your bank details. Well, Spain, Yogi. This is the thing, and I know this is what's been causing. This has been causing the hold up. But anyway, they're never going to get your bank details. I mean, that's just really ludicrous. Right, so still going back to the number plate thing, you need approved docs, registration, NIE, TIE, Padron. See, I told you the Padron is the most important, which cost €2. But Rob told me the other day, you can actually, if you've got a digital signature, you can go online and download it for nothing. So that's pretty good. Oh yeah, because that's it. Yeah. So obviously, another thing to do with the UK is obviously changing lights around. That's why it's always a little bit more complicated. But obviously, if you've got EU code, it's just the plates, isn't it? Uh, I think there's a 17 piece of information they asked for. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably more than that, Yogi. To be honest, it's just standard stuff, but it's still annoying, isn't it? And it's something really. What's you'd think the passport would be good enough, really. Right. So, how long we got? We got a couple more minutes. Have I got another one I could just whack in quickly? So, one from Glenn. Any news on Mazarron? Hope I get a free sticker. Got no chance, Glenn. Right. Any news on Mazarron? Now, why did I put that? Only on Sundays and no news on Mazarron yet. Okay, that was a quick one, wasn't it? So sorry about that, Glenn. I didn't really understand that. Any news on Mazarron? You probably mean Campusol, don't you? Any news on Campusol? Yeah, we do that. That'll take us up to. So I'll strap the questions book up now. Campusol. Any news on Campusol? Now, beginning of this year, I did a quick video to say what's going on Campusol. Not a lot, really. Now, I don't know if you know, guys, but at long last, Mazarron Council have taken on responsibility, even though it's taken them 20 years, taken on responsibility of Campusol. So that means they got to sort out the public roads, all the other things, the parks, the lighting. Obviously, they've made it quite clear private roads, nothing to do with them. But all the other things, and also some of the things that the Massa never bothered finishing off on campus. So I'm not saying all those things will be ever done, because the next thing I've heard, this is over the next 15 years. But the first stumbling block has been Mazarron Council have to issue everybody on campus or try to issue a letter of acceptance, which is in Spanish, obviously, and you have to sign for it and you have to show your TIE. Now, at the moment, they're doing Sector C now, I believe, but anybody else, don't take my word for it, but anybody else that's missed it from A and B, if you go into CompuServe, there are two people there on a desk and they're dealing with these letters. And you guys, you'd have to ask them because they said, anyway, the whole thing is once the whole campus, and we're talking about D as well, and D is the biggest sector, then they can start on with doing stuff, because at the moment they're not doing nothing at all until these letters are all being given out. Nothing's going on. I'm talking about the potholes. And the other one major issue is the green waste areas on campus. So they're not being touched. They've been over a year now. They're just building up and up because you can't take your waste anywhere else. So a bit of a problem there. I mentioned last week about the hotel. No news there. The golf club was taken over under new ownership last year, and obviously they've been doing work. It's an ongoing thing, with the golf course and the clubhouse, which is good to see. Obviously, that's the clubhouse is up and running again properly now. They've got music events on. I believe they've got a new kitchen put in. So it's a new menu, entertainment, as I just said. They helped the hospital, the new hospital that we got. They paid out millions for. Private hospital, obviously. It started off fantastic. Had an A&E department. It was a 24/7. Anyway, now it's down to A&E departments disappeared because it's all do with they haven't bothered. Well, they're still trying to get on obviously the private health insurance companies, the big companies, to give them work, and obviously, I presume the Spanish health system, even though they're overstretched anyway. They've only open now, I believe, 8:30 to 3 o'clock, Monday to Friday. So that's the news. So we're coming up to 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock in a minute, guys. So just have a quick look through what else has got on here apart from the rubbishy weather. Okay, I think I've done it all. Des is there again. Oh, he's having a chat with somebody called Ben. Yeah, good things. Does apart from the rubbishy weather. Kev is saying, yep, digital signature. Yep, guys, if you can get a digital signature, it's a bit of a palaver, I must say, but it is a big help. It solves so many frigging problems. And Tony's got no chance. Tony, you're gonna have to wait until next Sunday during the morning when I go live for 5 minutes to get in for that. Right. Yeah, well done, Ben. I've mentioned that clock. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Chinese clock, see? That's what it is. I've tried to keep trying to recorrect it, and for some reason it keeps losing 5 minutes. I think it's the batteries. Yeah, that's what it is, yeah, but I'm on Dorset time. Even though it shouldn't be, because if I was on Dorset time, I'll be a good hour behind. Right, so Kev is saying I've only got 50 likes, and I've got 29 in the house, so I can't complain at that. So that's good. Anyway, hopefully a few more hit before the finish. Des is saying he's had enough. He's off. I haven't gone yet, Des, but thanks for the support. Dorset's my neighbour. I'll tell you what, don't miss it. So yeah, so guys, what we'll say before I finish, I'm starting to run out of questions a little bit. Obviously, the more questions I have, the better. So I got down onto the second page there. I got down to, it's taking the time there, haven't I? Yeah, I got down to Steve, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. No, I got down as far as Glenn. So I'm just going to mark that now before I say adios to you lot. Yeah, if you got any more questions, not now because I'm finishing in a minute. Please put it down below in the comments section under the video, guys, and I will mark it down because I've got I've still got quite a few. I'm just going to mark. Right, that's what I've got to answer from next. Anyway, well done to the winner of today's free sticker, which is he ain't come in. No doubt he's still travelling because I know he's gone back to France now. That is our turn now, Mick and Kath. Well done, you top people. You won a sticker. So anyway, I'm going to say adios, amigos, Parkston lads. You know me well. Yeah, the fox. Have you got any pork pies, Sean? No, I haven't. You know, that's one thing I really miss. They do pork pies here, but it's not like Miller's pork pies. But I think Miller's got taken over by Kerry's. I think Kerry's taken them over, haven't they? Yeah, I do miss a good pork pie, I must say. Anyway, I'm going to say adios, amigos. I'll catch you next Sunday. Now remember, I'll be on in the morning, only for 5 minutes. That's for the grab for the free sticker. But I'll be back obviously next Sunday. Monday. I'll be back next Sunday at 9 p.m. Spanish time. So I've got to say adios, amigos. Very much for popping in, and hasta prontos. Is that right? Potatoes. Adios, guys. Oh, hang on. I've got a timer on it at long last. I didn't think I had a timer on it. I've got 3 seconds. Adios.